There are 3 great family sedans out there: Taurus, Accord, and the new Chevy Lumina. Oh, you want air and seating for 6 Standard. There are 2 great family sedans out there. Oh, you'd prefer one that cost a couple thousand less? There's 1 great family sedan out there, the all-new Chevy Lumina, designed with input from thousands of people just like you. Right now, Lumina starts at just $16,295. Lumina, 1 great family sedan and genuine Chevrolet. See your Chevy Network dealers now. Weird night.
Good evening, folks, and welcome back, everybody. I'm TS, and this is the simulcast, up and running now for the 18th of January, 1995, as you see it, from CBS Television City in Hollywood. I warn you, some of the folks from CNBC are in the house tonight checking out the act. You may hear extraneous noise as we go along, like, nice Sinatra record. Today we had a meeting about Act 4. Let me take you through this very, very quickly. In the mid-break, as we used to call it, we now call it Act 4. We try and give you a slice of life in America. And tonight's Act 4 is the Birdman of 77th Street in New York. And I don't want to give this away, but it's a man who has about 20,000 pigeons in a townhouse in Manhattan. And I mean, they're flying around back and forth, and you'll be able to hear them in CBS stereo surround sound only moments from now. And the guy just said to Michael Horowitz, that'd be the producer, CZ, he said, you know, I just had a great idea. Tell Tom I'd like to read a short poem. Guess what? No meeting, no poem. Welcome to all of you on radio, on CBS Radio across the country. Thank you for joining us with Elliot Forrest and his guests. And by the way, I mentioned here last night that the people at CBS Radio, and this is really neat, they bought a full-page ad in USA Today yesterday, advertising the Late Late Radio Show and offering it to radio stations and listeners around the country. I know you folks on radio can't see the ad, but Elliot Forrest looks great. And the good thing is, come in a little bit tighter on Elliot Forrest. I want all America to know what this guy looks like, you know, so that when the blame starts being passed out, never mind the guy on the left, go for the guy on the right. Okay, thank you, that's fine. Don't make him too big, come on. Then I did reviews here with you a week ago, and there was another one today in the Los Angeles Times by Howard Rosenberg. And what's great about Howard, and I know him personally, he writes about television even though he hates it. We have a basic conflict here. So on the front page of your calendar section, you get the column there, Snyder better with schmooze than with news, which is fair. And he goes through a number of paragraphs being constructively critical about an interview I did here the other night, which is fine. As I told you, I don't mind being criticized as long as they spell my name correctly. We go to the jump, and here is the continuation of the article. And suddenly, my name has become Cinder. You know, you don't want to get too famous around this town. Dr. Joycelyn Elders is on this program tonight. You are aware of her misstatements before news conferences and the press that led to her dismissal by the President as Surgeon General of the United States. It is her first television interview since leaving office. It's on videotape because she had some commitments tonight, but I think that you will find it revealing, and you will see a side of a very controversial person that you have not seen before. And it's not like she's the only one in Washington who's putting her foot in her mouth. Did you hear about Gingrich on the news tonight, what he said? Gingrich was at a college making a speech about the roles of men and women and what women can do and men can do in terms of employment. So here is a part of that and the response on the floor of the House today featuring the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Please roll the videotape. You folks at home, watch the monitors.
If combat means living in a ditch, females have biological problems staying in a ditch for 30 days because they get infections.
I don't know of any medical status for this, and I would be very interested in having those facts.
A female may be, again, dramatically better than a male who gets very, very frustrated sitting in a chair all the time. Because males are biologically driven to go out and hunt giraffes.
I haven't met the first one who wants to go out and hunt a giraffe.
Jeez. I mean, I know that Leno and Letterman and all these people are funny, but this guy's killing me. I gotta tell you, jeez. And he's the Speaker of the House. They ought to rename C-SPAN the Comedy Channel. We'll be right back with Dr. Joycelyn Elders after a timeout. Thank you all for watching. We will continue shortly. Fire up a simultane.
The BMW 325i, the Volvo 740, the Mercedes 190. Forget it. Introducing the all-new Chevy ZR2 Extended Cab, the official pace car of the next generation.
This morning, Ann's parents have to wake up early. Fortunately, they've got a little help.
Come on, wake up. Today, our daughter Ann is coming home to visit. This'll wake him up.
Folgers coffee with a rousing aroma. The secret? Mountain-grown beans, aroma roasted to capture the best that's in them.
Oh, look, they're here.
Mornings like this deserve an eye-opening start.
Hey, Jim Daly, what's for the outfit?
Getting ready for Metro Toyota Super Bowl sale. We're kicking off the new year with Super Bowl size savings. 95 Camrys, 0 down on only $289 per month with full power. 95 Corollas, up to $1,800 off. Nobody but nobody can beat these deals.
Sounds great, but why the outfit?
My only defense against a mob like this coming in for this sale.
Metro Toyota Super Bowl sale. But please, go easy on Jim.
Yes, sir. Why in blazes is there so much food in these Encore entrees, Private? Even a hungry soldier like me can't finish all this rich, meaty lasagna. Encore's a 2-pound family-size entree, sir. Son, the core is the only family I got. Then here's the drill. My family will report for duty at 1,800 hours, sir.
Al, about these Encore Salisbury steaks.
We'll get over here, place 7 tomorrow.
For tasting more, it's Encore.
3 weeks ago, Dr. Joycelyn Elders was asked by President Clinton to resign from her post as Surgeon General of the United States. She had made some remarks about masturbation that you might recall caused controversy. She joins us now for her first interview since leaving office. By the way, folks, no calls this segment. We have pre-taped this afternoon because Dr. Elders is giving a speech to a Planned Parenthood meeting in Beverly Hills tonight where she is now. Joycelyn, thank you for coming on. Welcome to our program here at CBS, and thank you for your time.
Thank you for having me.
My pleasure. Let me ask you here about this comment in which the press reported that Joycelyn Elders was advocating that masturbation be taught in the public schools, which is not what you said. I want to quote the whole thing here and then ask a question about it. You were speaking at a World AIDS Day conference. You were asked about masturbation, and your answer, and I'm quoting you here, per your specific question in regard to masturbation, I think that is something that is a part of human sexuality and a part of something that perhaps should be taught, end of quote. Is that the essence? Is that what you said that day?
That's correct.
And were you talking then about human sexuality being taught in schools or about masturbation being taught in schools?
I was talking about human sexuality being taught in school. Nobody has to teach children about how to masturbate. God taught us how to those kinds of things.
True. I never had classes in it, and it seemed to work quite fine in my youth. But the statement that you made came after a series of statements that a lot of people thought were very outspoken, very straightforward, and very candid. And by the way, I will say to you that in all of them, I found a ring of truth. Was there ever a warning from anybody at the White House, anybody on staff, Dr. Elders, you are the Surgeon General, don't be quite so outspoken?
Well, the secretary talked to me about when I made the statement about studying the legalization of drugs. And I think other than that, no one ever talked to me specifically about not being outspoken.
Right, but I mean, you've been a friend to the president for a time in Arkansas. You certainly know him and he you. In informal conversations, did Mr. Clinton ever say, please don't be quite so outspoken or tone it down a little bit. Any inkling that maybe you were heading into hot water from people around you, including the president?
No, the president did not talk to me about that.
Let me ask you here about the condoms in the public schools issue, which became a major topic of argument and talk radio for the past year. There are some people who feel that by giving kids in school at grade 6 or 7 condoms, we are encouraging them to seek sexual intercourse. In other words, some kids might never even think about it, but if we place a condom in a kid's hand, they'll say, I better find a way to use that. Can you understand that people having that concern?
I really don't understand that.
Really?
I think that we need to educate children about sexuality. All of us have insurance on our house, insurance on our car, and yet we don't go out and have a wreck or burn our house down. So I really feel that we need to educate our children, and that never would make them go out and get involved in sex.
Right. Now, the conservatives would say, Dr. Elders, that's part and parcel of parenting, that sort of thing should be done in the home. And I ask you as a mom, I mean, when your kids were little, how much sexual orientation did they get from their mother?
Well, you know, I'm too embarrassed to tell you. I remember my 21-year-old, we were down in eastern Arkansas talking. I'd been giving a conference all day. Finally, someone asked, said, Kevin, what did your mother teach you? My hands start sweating, and I was really upset. And then finally Kevin said, he said, I don't remember my mother teaching me anything, but my daddy taught me not to get involved with anybody that I didn't want to bring home.
Daddy gave very good advice, didn't he?
But I think that's correct.
You are among a number of people, friends and acquaintances of the president, who accompanied him from Arkansas to Washington when the administration began 2 years ago. They would include Webb Hubbell, who was formerly the Associate Attorney General, who got involved in some legal difficulties and resigned. Mac McLarty was the head of the White House Chief of Staff. It was said that he was in over his head. He resigned. The sad story of Vince Foster and his death is widely known. Would this indicate to you in any way that possibly the people who served with the president in Arkansas, and I don't mean this as an aspersion, were not quite ready to serve at the federal level? That their talents might have been...
I think none of us had the kind of experience that you really need to serve, you know, at the federal level. I think perhaps I was very well qualified to be the Surgeon General, having been a health director, president of the Health Directors Association,
right,
having traveled all over the country. So I felt that I understood what the Surgeon General should be about.
Right, and don't leave out the fact that you're a tenured professor of medicine at the University of Arkansas Medical School. Certainly an outstanding qualification.
Absolutely.
You're no longer in office, and I'm wondering if there's a frustration that something that you wanted done that you didn't get done.
Well, you know, being Surgeon General, what you're about is increasing the awareness of the people about their health.
Right.
And what you're fighting about is to increase the health of America. You aren't about forming public policy. You really aren't about giving grants. And so I feel that I served my role as Surgeon General very well. The American people certainly start discussing the issues, and I increased their awareness. They may not have agreed with me, but they hadn't agreed with anybody in 1,000 years.
True.
The problems are there, and we've not done anything about them. And until we start talking about them, we aren't going to do anything about them.
Now, in the administration of Dr. Koop, your predecessor as Surgeon General, he was very big on the dangers of tobacco and secondhand smoke. He was very big on nutrition, heart disease, etc.
Yes.
Would you say that the legacy of Joycelyn Elders would be a wider public discussion of human sexuality and a wider public discussion of getting kids, to quote you or to paraphrase you, we teach them how to operate in the front seat of a car, but we don't teach them how to operate in the back seat of a car? Would that...
Well, I think that there is some truth to that. But, you know, Dr. Koop was really a very strong advocate of comprehensive health education in schools from K through 12. Dr. Coop was the first to start talking about the use of condoms when the AIDS problem came out, though he was absolutely correct. And I think that Dr. Novello continued that. They were both correct. And until we start educating our people and stop just feeling that we can legislate morals, we will continue to have a major problem with our public health. We've got to stop politicizing public health.
What do you think is the biggest health concern in America today? Here I go again, what's the greatest danger? I don't want to scare people, but I mean, every day we're bombarded, don't use butter, use margarine, don't use butter, don't use margarine, don't use salt, don't have ketchup, don't eat at McDonald's, don't do this, don't do that. What's the biggest no-no in your view in America today?
The greatest no-no in America today, as far as I'm concerned, is ignorance. We've not educated our people on how to be healthy. We are health illiterate.
We're with Dr. Joycelyn Elders, the former Surgeon General of the United States. We'll be right back with more of this conversation. Hope you stay tuned. We'll return after these messages.
Have you ever renewed your driver's license? Had a cash machine?
Nice picture.
Fixed your car with a television?
You're having a problem with your rotor. Can you walk me through that? Move your right hand. Whoops.
Or had an assistant?
Good morning.
Here are
Who lived in your computer?
the reference material I've gathered for your 10 o'clock meeting, and I'm still working on those playout tickets.
Good boy.
You will. And the company that'll bring it to you, AT&T.
Mountie Benton Fraser is committed.
Do you have anyone who can vouch for you here?
Well, yes, there's my wolf. And he's tracking an asylum assassin on an all-new Due South Thursday.
A brutal slaying. One man knows the killer.
Did someone confess Carol Laird's murder?
I'm bound by God's law.
You are protecting a murderer, Father.
Under suspicion. Then, the ultimate ex-wife makes the ultimate demand.
You want Jimmy to father your child?
And the law may be on her side.
She can just kidnap my sperm?
Picket Fences, Friday.
More selection, more savings, and unbeatable service. Only one of the country's largest furniture retailers has the buying power to give you all this and more. At Value City Furniture, it's all priced to sell. Every Craylor recliner in all the latest styles and colors are priced to sell, starting as low as $198. And as an added bonus, every Englander mattress in our sleep gallery is priced to sell at unbeatable factory direct savings. So for the best home furnishing values in America, guaranteed, nobody is priced to sell lower than Value City Furniture.
What do you create when you open a can of soup? A noise, maybe? This was created a long time ago. You just reheat it. Now this is new Kettle Creations. Homemade taste you create fresh in 30 minutes. They even created a window so you can see all the pasta and beans. With Kettle Creations, there's a moment when you actually create soup. You could be part of that moment. Ah, there it is. New Lipton Kettle Creations. Soup so good, it's uncanny.
Order anything here at the cafe, and you'll be assured of one thing. Light-tasting, delicious food. Because I'm cooking with something new. Crisco Natural Blend. A blend of pure canola and vegetable oils that reflects today's light living. With only 1 gram of saturated fat. I thought the leading blend was light. But this is lighter in color and taste. So bring in a healthy appetite. And remember, light taste is your order of the day.
Crisco Natural Blend. Because cooks who know, trust Crisco.
We're back with Dr. Joycelyn Elders, the former Surgeon General of the United States. We read that you and President Clinton had a phone conversation, a brief conversation at the time of your departure from the Surgeon General's office. What was the gist of that conversation? What did you talk about?
Well, the gist of that conversation is that the president was asking me to submit my resignation. Mr. Panetta had called him and I had told him that he had asked for my resignation, and I told Mr. Panetta that I would only submit it when the president asked me.
Right.
So he called and he said that he really wanted me to submit my resignation to Mr. Panetta by 2:30 that day, and he said he was sorry, and but he just couldn't have any more of this. And
I understand, and I take it from the smile on your face that you understood that too, that you were going to conduct your office the way you saw fit, and if it wasn't acceptable, bye-bye.
Well, I went to Washington to serve Bill Clinton, and when I couldn't do that anymore, I didn't need to be there.
And what conversation, if any, have you had with Mr. Clinton since that day?
None.
None. Let me ask you here about saying things in public. I was interviewing this woman the other night, Christine Jeffrey, who was fired as the House historian last week. She made some comments that were inappropriate in the view of some people about the Holocaust. Even though she made them 9 years ago, they nailed her last week. Have we gotten to a point in America where nobody can say anything anymore, or people will fear saying anything because it's misconstrued, it's misquoted, and people are having their throats jumped down 24 hours a day? Well, just your thoughts on that. Have we gotten too touchy in this country?
I think that that is a major problem. But, you know, I think that there are people out there who are targeting people, and I think the political end is really beginning to let the tail wag the dog. You know, we can't say things that we really should be saying, and then everybody is getting jumped on. And, you know, I think that that's getting to be a major problem.
For example,
and I think we'll pay for that.
For example, you're not the only person in this land who has advocated the possibility of trying the legalization or decriminalization of certain drugs. There are many people, and I happen to be one of them, who think it can't get any worse than it is. Why don't we at least try it for a year and see what happens and take the money away from the criminal element? Yet they jumped on you for that.
Oh, absolutely. And I was really saying, let us study the issue and find out what we should do. Anything that is causing as much of a problem as it is with 60% of the people that are in our prisons are drug-related. We've gone from 300,000 people in prison to now well over 1 million. And we promote and give money always to build bigger, better prisons, and we're not rehabilitating young people.
By the way, didn't we nail Noriega here some years back to stop all the drugs from coming in from Panama? I mean, you know.
Well.
Yeah, well, yeah. And by the way, whatever happened to him? Now, we read that you were offered another job in Washington with the Public Health Commission, and you turned that down?
Well, you know, I was in the Public Health Service, and you have to be in the Public Health Service to be the Surgeon General. But my permanent rank in the Commission Corps was that of, we call them 06s, and I was a 09 as Surgeon General.
Right.
And I would have had, my permanent grade would have been 06. And yes, I could have stayed in the Commission Corps as a 06 and be assigned to some other position in the Corps. But I chose not to do that.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you a bit. Do you think that people ganged up on you? Like I read where some of the legislators in Arkansas, some of the conservative people there, men and women, said they're trying to block your return as a tenured professor of medicine at the university. I mean, do you feel like people are just piling on right now?
Well, you know, I think that this is the way that the religious right have of attacking people. When they target someone, they never stop. You know, whatever you do, wherever you are, well, you know, they keep going after you. And, you know, they've really been rather successful with it.
I would assume that your plans are to return to Arkansas and to the university and teach medicine there. That's what Joycelyn Elders wants to do.
That's what Joycelyn Elders is doing.
Good. And when you go back there, I don't know how much of your family still lives there, or if they've all moved away, but I know we've read again that you're a kid whose dad was a sharecropper. You're one of 8 children. What about your family? How much have they been there for you through all this?
They're always there. My mother and father still lives there, and my 2 sons are there. And, of course, my husband went with me to Washington.
Right.
And now he's with me back to Arkansas, and he's actually my backbone. Whatever it is, whatever comes up, I always feel that if I can get to him and tell him about it, that it's going to be all right.
I got to tell you, watching your face here, you know, I watched you hold news conferences in moments of stress and crisis and Sturm and Drang in Washington. You look as if a great weight has been lifted from your shoulders. Do I read this correctly? You seem like a very, very happy camper right now.
I really am a very happy camper. You know, the one thing I'm trained to do is be a pediatric endocrinologist and be a professor.
Right.
I loved it. I feel I did a good job, and I'm going to go back and do the very best job that I know how.
Now, I'm told that when you were leaving Arkansas, you rented your house out to somebody because you thought you'd be in Washington for 4 years. Now you're like, are they still living in your... You can't go home now, or has that been resolved?
I can't go home.
Oh,
I can't go home now. Not until November. We are living in one of our rental houses. It's a small house. But, you know, we're getting to really like it.
Well, we might sell the big house, you know.
Well, I don't know whether we'll do that or not. But we are really enjoying this little house.
Right. As this program is on the air tonight, you'll be making a speech to a Planned Parenthood meeting in Los Angeles and Beverly Hills. And since I won't know till morning, do you plan to make any outlandish statements at this dinner tonight that you might want to give us a preview of so we don't have to wait till tomorrow morning to find out what you said?
Oh, Tom, I'm not going to really make any outlandish statements. I am really the awardee. I'm their 30th anniversary gala awardee. And so I'm really making a very short presentation this evening. But I am going to encourage the people there and remind them that they've got to fight to make sure women retain and regain the control of their uterus.
Of their, I didn't quite hear the last word.
Their womb.
Oh, okay.
Their uterus.
Okay, fine. I thought it was I won't even say what I thought it was, okay?
Okay, all right.
But I can see it tomorrow morning in the Times, you know. Women, control your uterus, you know.
That's right.
I appreciate your coming on, and I wish you well, and thanks for your good cheer. And again, I appreciate your time, ma'am.
Thank you very much.
All right, bye-bye now. Joycelyn Elders, the former Surgeon General of the United States from Beverly Hills, California, where tonight she is addressing a Planned Parenthood meeting. Coming up, the man who's from Surgeon General to pet birds. What a switch. The Birdman of East 77th Street, right around the corner after this break. Jeez.
Oh boy, am I can't stop. And my body is, how am I ever gonna?
Makes NyQuil liquid caps. Why is it the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, aching, stuffy head fever medicine? Why, so you can rest medicine, of course.
All men are great in their dreams, Freud said. Not so great. You hit the snooze bar, hit the shower, and soap up with Coast. It's rocket fuel for the senses. Olé! Coast, the eye-opener.
Hey, it's me, Red Dog. Red Dog. You know, I don't know what's going on here. I thought this was a school for dogs, not a school for sheep. Doggies bleeding. I don't think so. You better believe it. Yo, Chef.
Red Dog beer. Bold yet smooth, easy to drink.
School is out.
Thursday, Eye to Eye. He was a Marine in Moscow. She was the KGB's bait. A spy story with an astonishing ending.
I still love him.
Eye to Eye, Thursday.
And then, what can you do when your children won't behave?
That's going to be a spanking.
48 Hours shows you what works, Thursday.
Show me a guy who's looking this good, and I'll show you a guy who reads Men's Fitness magazine. Because guys in the know exactly where to go. For workouts that really work. For great tasting foods that keep you energized. For ways to make your sex life sizzle. For updates on state-of-the-art gear. Plus all the thrills, chills, and high adventure you can handle. Men's Fitness. It's in a class by itself. Bigger and better than anything else out there. With more ways to shape up faster. More ways to get better results in the gym. More ways to trim fat and add muscle in all the right places. More ways to improve your game, whatever it is. Each issue will energize and encourage you to do all the right things for yourself, inside and out. Month after month, it will introduce you to the latest, most effective ways to keep your body fit. Your mind sharp. Your looks absolutely terrific. After a few issues, you'll notice a real difference. You'll love the way you feel. Healthier, happier, more alive. Like a winner with more strength, more confidence, and self-esteem. Subscribe now, and you'll also get this free video, Abs of Stone Chiseled Chest, revealing the best workouts, the right equipment, secrets of the pros, and much more. The video is yours free with your paid subscription to Men's Fitness. 1 full year, 12 great issues for just $19.97. That's $22 off the cover price, a savings of over 50%. There's no risk. Cancel any time for a refund and still keep the video. So call now for Men's Fitness and the free video.
So call now for Men's Fitness and the free video. 1-800-313-0404. That's 1-800-313-0404. Call now, 1-800-313-0404.
Seats and safety belts can save a child's life. Your child's life. Safe kids, buckle up.
We are back as you see us now. That'll be live. Tomorrow night, Simpson defense team lawyer Alan Dershowitz and Jimmy Hoffa Jr., whose dad ran the Teamsters, and he wants to as well. We're doing a remote tonight from New York City, and I want to ask Brian, our director, Brian McAloon, just put up the shot and make sure we got the link. There it is, folks. This is a live picture now in stereo surround sound of a cat box in New York City. And you know what's great? Dave, we have lost it here. We could also put up a live picture of a cat box in San Francisco at the same time and run them side by side and demonstrate how TV really works. What follows is a real New York story about a senior citizen back there known as the Birdman of East 77th Street. He takes care of at least 60 sick and injured birds in his townhouse. However, his neighbors believe he is nuts, and they are tired of him and his animals. Here from New York City is Richard Ravenal. Richard, good evening and welcome to our program. Thanks for coming on.
Good evening, Tom, and thank you for having me.
I know that you are a man who has great interest in the health and well-being of animals, especially birds. Where did this develop?
Well, most of my life I've been involved with animals, especially dogs.
Right.
But about 20 years ago, I became intensely interested in birds, mainly through having had a few pet birds, parakeets for the most part.
Right.
And through them, I became aware of the plight of urban birds, especially pigeons, the way they're mistreated, misunderstood, and now, of course, the brutality toward them has reached the point of ritual slaughter by groups like the Santeria.
Let me ask you a question, Richard, because I don't understand something.
Yes.
What is it that we don't understand about pigeons? Like you said, you know, we don't understand the pigeon. What is it that we don't get about pigeons?
Well, what is not generally understood is the extraordinary intelligence of these birds.
Really?
And also their remarkable feats of memory and of recognition. And it isn't known or it isn't remembered that they were used in the trenches to carry messages back and forth in World War I. They were used as postal carriers. They're even used today to carry medicines from place to place.
Right. They're a little bit noisy in the house, it seems to me, at time to time.
I think what you're hearing, the shrieking, is a blind crow named Clovis. And she's causing the rumpus.
I got you. Now, so what you do is if you see a sick bird or you see a bird that needs help, you would bring it there to your townhouse on 77th Street and try and nurse the critter back to health, right?
That's exactly right, Tom.
And how many birds? Well, I said you have about 60 birds in the house right now.
A population of about 60 at any given time.
And do you live alone in the house, or do you have a family living with you?
Well, no. I'm basically alone in the house. Members of my family do occasionally stay with me. I have those that understand the situation, and Mainly the occupants are the birds and the 4 dogs that I have here.
Right.
All of whom are strays.
Let me ask you about the neighbors. Can you understand that they may have some concerns about having so many birds that might not be well in the neighborhood, you know?
Well, I understand it, Tom, but what should be understood is that there are only a few people who object to what I do. Far more approve of it and applaud it.
Yeah, kind of walk around the house a little bit as we finish up here.
All right.
The last question I would have, you know, is the bird guano problem. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Well, who comes in to take care of the bird droppings?
Oh, well, there are always 2 people in the house helping me with the cleanup every day. So, speaking of guano, I'm glad you used the term. Guano has been used for it's I guess a euphemism.
Yeah,
but,
push them right through that door there.
Okay, right.
Just shove them in there.
But don't forget, guano's been used for centuries as fertilizer.
Right.
And the droppings of pigeons really are not any, don't pose any health hazard to human beings.
Gotcha.
Human beings catch diseases for the most part from other human beings.
All right. Well, Richard, I thank you for coming on here late at night. I understand what you're trying to do, and I respect your spirit, and I appreciate your sharing your story with our viewers tonight.
Thank you so much.
All right, Mr. Richard Ravenal of New York. And, of course, we asked the 2 fellas who come in to pick up the guano why they don't quit. You know the answer. What? Leave showbiz? Yeah, right. Jeez, man. And so Act 4 comes to another. Good night, Richard. Another stunning conclusion. Back with conservative radio talk show host Ken Hamblin out of Denver after these messages.
Blackbird singing in the dead of night.
How fast can you begin to feel relief from a cold? Depends. How fast can you open a Hall's with vapor action? Hall's vapor action means instant action. Only from the halls of medicine.
Chew on this. Down in Austin, the hottest places to eat ribs are the hardest places to brush your teeth. Now chew on this. Chewing Trident with NutraSweet after meals can actually help you fight cavities. So when you can't brush, chew on this. Trident.
How do I like my steak? How do I like my steak? Bold. Eye-opening. Spicy. It gets you here, and it gets you right here. A1 Bold. Yeah, that's what I'm in the mood for.
Original A1 and A1 Bold. They're how steak is done.
This is a square inch. A wheat thin is the most real food deliciousness you can get in a square inch. The most genuine toastiness. The most crunchiness. The most munchiness. Wheat thins, the most taste you can get in a square inch.
How much longer can he last on that battery?
You know, he just doesn't get it. Duracell batteries outlast all other brands. Hey, Larry, sometime today?
Larry Doty for the birdie.
Hooked it. That should cost him a stroke.
Herb.
Okay, I'll get him down.
Herb.
The copper top. Tops them all.
Everybody needs some money sometime. Everybody needs some cash somehow.
Hello? Rita.
It's midnight.
I need $500. Now.
I'll call Western Union.
Just call 1-800-CALL-CASH, and you can send money from home.
Sometimes it's now.
Western Union. The fastest way to send money worldwide.
Get live with CBS on Prodigy, the nation's most popular online service. Go behind the scenes of The Late Late Show with Tom Snyder. Talk with Tom and his guests online. Tell us what you think. Get program information. Even take a special Tom Snyder trivia quiz. To order Prodigy, call 1-800-PRODIGY and ask for the CBS offer today.
Dr. Sloan finds love can be lethal.
This is an act of passion.
Is it love or fatal attraction?
What's the matter? Afraid to fall under the spell of a killer?
Diagnosis Friday.
It's time to get the message out to criminals.
Guardian Protection will install a professional, police-directed alarm in your home absolutely free. No gimmick. All you pay is our standard $24.95 monthly monitoring fee. Plus, I'll guarantee you'll be 100% satisfied in the first 30 days, or I'll remove it. So call 1-800-PROTECT. That's 1-800-PROTECT. Guardian Protection's free installation. America's best alarm value, period. Man.
On the cover of the new Time magazine is a picture of Rush Limbaugh, the popular radio talk show host, television host as well, blowing smoke up his nose and asking the question, is Rush Limbaugh good for America, the explosion of talk radio? At the forefront of this new breed of conservative talk radio show hosts is Ken Hamblin, who has sprung to prominence with his often inflammatory comments about what's going on in this country today. At least people say they're inflammatory. He is known as the Black Avenger, and he makes people think when they join him on his radio program across America every single day. Ken, thanks for coming on. Welcome to CBS.
The honor is mine. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question, not so much Rush Limbaugh, but how good is this conservative talk radio for America and for the people who listen to you?
Wait a minute. What are you talking about? Let's take a look at some things.
Okay.
The Great Society, 1964, Lyndon Baines Johnson. It's when a bunch of white liberals came together to save people like me. The war is over. We won the war.
Right.
You educated me. Affirmative action has leveled the playing field. If we level it anymore, we're going to turn it into a wasteland. Look at our cities. Look at this city, Dallas, Denver, Detroit. Something's wrong out there in America. And the New York Times, the LA Times, USA Today, Time Magazine, Newsweek, they won't get it right. They still won't speak to the issue that you can't use your park, you can't sleep with your windows open, and somebody's at fault for that. And talk radio, to quote an old friend of mine, is the last neighborhood in town where people get together, do an end run around the snotty journalists in print media and in television to talk about the issue.
All right, so let me ask you a question. Then in your view, the answer to my question, how good for America is conservative talk radio, you think it's right on. Bravo. That it's the last, probably best hope we have for saving this society.
It's Americans talking to one another. Now, because of talk radio, the guy living in Montana understands that he has the same concerns as the guy who lives on the border of Liberty City, an American hellhole. And you know what I am? I'm the guy, I'm an American hero, Tom.
Right, okay.
I'm the guy who bought into the dream. I'm an American hero, not because I'm better than anyone, but because I'm proof. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Can you prove God exists?
No, I can't.
Act of faith.
Yes, sir.
I'm proof that America works.
You're proof because you made it?
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't that the American dream?
Yes, it is.
Isn't that what the wagon trucks are about?
Then why do we hear Jesse Jackson, Marion
Vested
Barry,
interest.
Al Sharpton,
Vested interest.
other leadership people saying to young black America, now hear my question because this is not a confrontation.
Vested interest.
They say to the young African America, you don't have a chance. The system's against you. The white power structure won't let you up off your back. I mean, this is what we hear from the establishment. What is their vested interest?
When they tell me that as a young black man or woman, do I move to Grosse Pointe, Winnetka, or Beverly Hills when they tell me that? What becomes of me? I stay in Harlem. I stay in East St. Louis. I stay in Compton. I stay in South Central. I stay in the Bronx. And you know what you've got? You've got a whole new black intelligentsia of affirmative action types with the new plantation. Yeah. Jesse Jackson and these other people never have to run at large. You do.
You do?
You bet, because I walked away from the black reservation. It's a killing ground. It kills young black people more efficiently than any coven of Kluxers ever
Okay, then let me ask you a question. Here we have Ken Hamblin, okay? You grew up in New York City, I believe.
Just an unassuming colored guy.
Okay, just a little colored guy who probably thought he didn't have a chance. Something turned around in your life. Something happened where you said, hey, I can get away from Bed-Stuy, and I can make something of myself, and I can have a family, and I can share in the American dream. I want you to tell America, young black America, young Hispanic America, what did you find that they're missing?
I was raised by immigrant women. My daddy left my mama. I grew up on welfare. At 17, I went into the Armed Forces of America because I found out I could send a pension back home. When you leave home, you can never go back. And you know what I discovered? Two words. How you. You know how they're used? When you go out into America, no matter what the color of your skin,
how are
you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Fine. How are you?
Good.
All right? And I have found, whether in Sturgis, South Dakota at the Harley-Davidson rally, walking into a bar in Santa Fe, New Mexico after riding for 8 hours across America, whether I'm driving a car or flying an airplane, that when you walk up to people and look them in the eye as we're doing to one another, and you speak forthrightly about the concerns that we all have, parking tickets, our kids, taxation, and whatever else, Americans are more alike than not. The Jesse Jacksons and the Bill Clintons have a vested interest in keeping people wedged and apart, and they've done a lousy job in every city where their shadow has been cast as proof of that.
Let me give you a scenario here involving a very popular African-American football player in Los Angeles. He drives a Ferrari Testarossa, a $125,000 car. He's traveling west late in the afternoon. He's spotted by an officer of the law, pulled over, pulled from the car at the point of a gun, accused of stealing the car. And finally, the sheriff, the sergeant says, for God's sake, get the gun off that guy. And he mentions the name of a football player. That kind of incident is indicative, in the view of the liberal mentality in this country, of the attitude of white America and the police force towards black Americans. That they shouldn't be driving a car, they couldn't possibly afford it, they must have stolen it. Now, I know you have an answer, but I have a commercial. Back with Ken Hamblin and your calls on the toll-free line at 800-95-CBS-TV. We'll be right back after these messages.
This is a Goodyear Aquatread with a 60,000-mile warranty, and this is a bucket of water. At highway speeds, Goodyear Aquatread pumps away over a gallon of water every second, thanks to its deep groove aqua channel. Over a gallon a second, that's 396 gallons per mile. Think about it, the next time it's pouring buckets. The all-season Aquatread, only from Goodyear. We say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
Hello from Plank Road, where our man Paul has gotten lots of calls and letters asking, is ice beer really beer frozen like ice? Nope. Paul says that would be beer on a stick, not an ice beer. Ice House is ice beer. Ice brewed so there's never any watered down taste, just more of what you want in a beer. Ice brewed Ice House. It's not frozen, but you can sample a frosty cold one almost anywhere. Thanks, and enjoy.
About meeting that special someone.
Sorry, can't help you there.
I want to know more about a diet I can live with.
No way, not in this commercial.
I want to know more about Rogaine.
Rogaine with minoxidil?
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Yeah.
Okay. Just call this number now for a free information kit on Rogaine topical solution. It could help answer your questions because it's filled with all kinds of facts about Rogaine. And because you need a prescription to get Rogaine, we'll send you a list of local doctors and special money-saving offers to help you decide if Rogaine is right for you.
But I want to know right now.
We'll mail it to you today. So what are you waiting for? Call now for your free information kit. Call 1-800-317-2255.
Intermission, the show that asks, how much do you really know about the silver screen?
Brought to you by Nutrageous. Put a party in your mouth.
Shot in 1903, this film told such a good story that it set the tone for American motion pictures. Can you name it? On our 10-point scale, this question has a difficulty rating of 6.
Nutrageous from Reese's. Peanuts, milk chocolate, caramel, Reese's peanut butter. Nutrageous. Give your mouth a party.
It's the same, and it's different. It's Hugs. Hershey's Hugs. Mini Hershey's Kisses hugged by white chocolate. Hugs. Get it? P.S. Hugs also come with almonds.
Even with a cast of only 40 and a running time of 12 minutes, very few films have made a greater impact than The Great Train Robbery.
We are back with Ken Hamblin, radio talk show host. The question, you know, about the cop who stops the black...
How could I forget the question? That's the mythology. That's the usual story. That's why you should never leave the brown or black reservation, because there's always somebody who was dating somebody who knew a guy who had a friend that had a job in the fire department in Cleveland, and yada, 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 and on like that it goes. And it's a mythology of people who make a wealth of money selling drugs and death. And you know where you find that money, Tom? You find it in the trunk of the car because they don't even leave to put the money in Swiss bank accounts. I'm sorry. I have driven across Utah in bright red convertibles. I've driven across Utah in beat-up pickup trucks going to Lake Powell. And you know what? The only time I ever got stopped was when I was traveling 35 miles over the speed limit. All right? And you know what happens when the police officer stops you? You turn the motor car off. If it's dark, guys like me, you want to be sure, you know, you give them some light. And you put your hands on the steering wheel. And you know what I learned, Tom?
And you do as you're told.
You do. You know what else you do? You don't call them an expletive deleted at 2 o'clock in the morning because you got a grudge with a white cop.
I still don't think you've answered the question, what does that kind of incident say about the...
It doesn't mean anything. It means that if a black guy owns a Ferrari, if I own a Ferrari, I want you stopping somebody who may be driving one. It may be my Ferrari. I want you checking my ID. When American Express wants to check, I've been a member of the, I've been carrying the card since '84. Hey, what do? Tear the card up when somebody wants to check my ID? I'm sorry, I'm not a felon. Hey, no problem, officer. Have a nice day. No sweat. Up against the wall, nigger. Sorry, dude. You got it. Whatever you want.
Really?
You sure you want to do this? I'm yours. I'm your property. I was flying my own plane back into the United States and came through St. Thomas. I was stopped, given a Phase 2 search. My wife was enraged. I calmed her down. The guy said, all right, you're done. Get out of here. I said, am I officially back in the United States? He says, yeah. I said, I ain't going nowhere. I'm yours. He says, I'll lock you up. Lock me up. I'm yours. You've made me miss a commercial flight going from one island to the other.
Yeah.
I'm your property. What have I got to lose if somebody wants to check it? When people follow me in a grocery store or at Saks Fifth Avenue, you know what I assume? They're after me to give me better service.
What an attitude. Here's James in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hello.
Hi,
Hi, James.
Tom? Mr. Hamlin, I have a couple statements I'd like to make. Mr. Hamlin, you are a coward. I don't understand how in this day and age, I'm a young African-American.
How old?
And I look to
How
you,
old? How old are you?
I'm 34 years old.
Okay.
And you're one of my elders. I look to you to tell me what the past has done. After all this country has done, African Americans still don't get recognition for the machine for the
pick a better country.
That makes the shoe.
Pick a better country, sir. Sir, pick a better country. I won't go any further until you name a better country.
Just listen. As far as a better country, it is my choice as an African American to choose the country I desire to live in.
Pick a better country where you have greater opportunity.
I am in America, so what you're telling me and what I should tell my children is that the problems in America don't exist, okay? If I walk down the street here in Milwaukee, Terry Anderson stabbed his wife in the face 22 times. I lived in the area he was in. Every time I crossed the street, I heard doors click. Should I feel like that? I served in the United States Marine Corps. And when I came back here and went into a George Webb hamburger joint, I was told we don't serve niggers here, okay?
You know what I told them when they told me that? You know what I told them when I was told in Clarksville, Tennessee, we don't serve niggers?
From yourself. I don't care where you...
Hey, wait a second.
He's not listening.
James,
He's not
James,
listening. I can't talk.
James, you got to listen for a second. Hold on 1 second, my friend. Hold on. Yeah, go ahead.
Forget him. I don't even have anything. When I was told as a young New Yorker in Clarksville, Tennessee, in a lunch counter that they didn't serve niggers, you know what I did? I almost went to jail. Not because I assaulted anyone physically. I guess I always had the heart of a talk show host because I told them I didn't eat niggers. Now, what do you want me to do? That man is going to be black all his life. He's going to have a sex change operation. He's going to come out as a black woman or a similarity.
Right.
He can change the color of his eyes. He's going to be black. What does he want me to do? Give him absolution? I'll tell you what. Get a gun and kill yourself.
But no, you know what?
All right, there you are. And that'll ease all your pain, because I can't take away your blackness.
Mr. Hamlin, I'm not a coward, and to allow...
Fine, you've established yourself.
James, we're not... James, it's Tom. It's late in the day here, my friend. I'm not going to change your mind, or he's not going to change your mind, and you're not going to change his. James, I thank you for calling, my friend. Thanks for being with us tonight.
What does he want me to do? What does he want you to do? Take away his insecurity for being black? I'm sorry he's in crises for black. Do you understand what he's telling you?
Yes, I do.
He's telling you what a crisis, how difficult it is to be black. He's telling you he is in crises and he hates himself.
When can we hear this radio show? What day part are you in?
Well, I'm in the afternoon, local mountain time from 1 to 4, but You know, America is so sensitive and compassionate and caring to guys like him, this show may not be fit to come into certain communities.
I think it's very fit. I'm out of time. I wish I had more, but I ran along tonight. I thank you for coming on, and
Will you come on my show?
Yes, I will.
All right.
Be a pleasure.
Done.
You got a deal. Back to wrap it up here for Wednesday after these messages. If they were...
193 million sisters and brothers, moms and dads, 126 million, 250 million friends. Now, for everyone, MCI introduces new friends and family. A 25% savings automatically when you spend just $10 a month. That's a 25% savings on every call to everyone in America, no matter what long-distance company they use. New friends and family. MCI customers are invited to join, and so is everyone else. So call us.
There's a place near you where the mountain climbers never touch the ground, where the bodies are made of iron and the bikes of titanium alloy. It's Performance Bicycle Shop with over 6,000 square feet of high-tech cycling gear. But if you go, bring a stump-jumping spirit and your Visa card. Because at Performance, they take cycling to the extreme, but they don't take American Express. Visa, it's everywhere you want to be.
Some things in life you have to wait for. A car of your dreams shouldn't be one of them. The Chevy Camaro. 2 airbags, fuel-injected V6, anti-lock brakes. It's $14,995 worth of genuine Chevrolet.
When you have a cold, a smart way to get medicine is little by little throughout the day. But this is a little extreme for a cold. That's why there's Contact. Its tiny time pills work fast, then keep releasing medicine for 12 hours, like an IV. Contact. Relief that's fast, relief that lasts.
This winter, there will be 2 kinds of people. People who try hard, and people with Die Hard. The next generation of Die Hard batteries start at just $59.99. So get to Sears and don't get stranded.
See what's up on Ricky Lake. Do you secretly want him?
You want me, I know you do.
When your friend thinks you want to be more than just friends.
My 3 best friends are totally in love with me.
It's ridiculous. That is a lie.
He is in love with himself, and that's it. You better set them straight before it's too late. Are you in love with her?
No.
Oh, my God.
We are just really good friends.
You know you want me, so admit it.
She wants me.
It's not how it happened at all.
Maybe you're just a tad conceited? On the next Ricky Lake.
Thursday at 4 on 19.
Need money for a new car? Ohio Auto Credit can help. If you can answer yes to these 3 questions, you are on your way to a new car or truck. Can you afford a minimum down payment? Do you have a job or steady income? Do you have an immediate need for a car today? In less than 4 hours from receipt of your application, you'll be on your way. So don't delay. Operators are on duty 24 hours a day to answer your questions. Call Ohio Auto Credit Help now. 1-800-393-CREDIT. 1-800-393-CREDIT. Because your credit is not as bad as you think.
Tomorrow night, Alan Dershowitz of the O.J. Simpson defense team and Jimmy Hoffa Jr., who wants to run the Teamsters. I hope you'll stay tuned now with Elliot Forrest on the Late Late Radio Show. You can call him now at 1-800-890-9990. For years at CNBC, I said, drive safely on the way home and stay tuned for Berkowitz. Good God, it's Berkowitz.
Hey,
Bob, how are you?
Tom?
Good to see you.
Good to see you, pal.
What's on Real Personal tomorrow night?
We're talking about nouvelle sex. That's sex without intercourse, Tom.
They call that nouvelle?
That's...
I've been doing that for years.
Hey, Tom, on tonight's show, you talked about masturbation, sex change operations, and uterus. Sounds like my show.
Yeah, but we want to give the people a chance to see this stuff. Drive safely on the way home. Thank you all for watching, and sleep tight, America. Good night, everybody. Thank you, Bob.
Later tonight, it's usually the guests who talk about AIDS. Now a talk with the host gone public with his battle, plus the defeat for the defense on CBS News Up to the Minute.
Is this any way to raise a child prodigy?
We meet again, Mr. Bond. But this time, the advantage is mine.
All new boys are back Saturday.
This is CBS.